In the last lecture, we created the print user detail, which take a user as a function receiver and print the username and user preferred categories. In this lecture, we will present an important concept in Go, and let's have a crucial example to make the concept a little bit concrete. Let's imagine we have a function called update name and take as a parameter a user and the name that we want to update username with. You can, for example, this function will just take the username and update it with the name that we pass in as a parameter. Let's try to test this function on the Jack user, and as the name I will choose Bob, for example, and pause the video for a second and think about the output that will be, or the output that we will get after we execute the code. Let's try to execute it, and here we see the name. It's still Bob, it's still Jack instead, which is very surprising. So why didn't change? Why it didn't update it to Bob instead? So because in Go, structs are passed by value. When we called update name with the user Jack and the name Bob, it copied the struct, updated the copy, and described it. So to present the concepts more with examples and diagrams, let's jump to this diagram, and here think of it in the RAM memory. We have the update name, which take a user and a string, and this is our user Jack, but when we called the update name, it will copy the struct, the user struct, to another address, and based on this value it will do the update. So the update is performed on a copy, not the original one. So how do we fix this? We need to use a pointer, which allows to pass a reference to the original variable instead of a copy. A pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable in Go. So when we do I will do it as a comment. When we do an ampersand variable, we get the address of that variable, and using the asterisk on the pointer, on a pointer we access the value at that address that the pointer is pointing to instead. So let's try to rewrite the code with a pointer, and I will do some change and then we can explain them. I will replace the user with a pointer instead of just a normal struct user. I will update it with a pointer instead. And here when we call, and actually inside the function, I will add an asterisk instead. And when we call the function, I will add an ampersand. And now the function accepts a pointer of type user. It's a pointer. So the user that we pass to update name is a pointer. And in the function main, we pass an ampersand user, which is the address of the variable. And inside the function, we directly update the original user, which is the original struct. So let's try to save the file again and run the code. And here we go. We got Bob. And actually, in Go, there are different types that are passed by value, and some of them are passed by reference. And struct is one of them, is one of the types that are passed by value. We need pointers to update the original struct or the original type. Unlike for slice or map or channels, which we will introduce in the next section, they don't need pointers and they are reference type. So that's it for this video, and let's come back in the next lecture to introduce interface.